Let's begin with President William Ruto, who has declared that the country is out of economic distress. The president, who led the country in Jamhuri Day celebrations, said the measures instituted by his administration, including cuts on expenditure, had yielded results. Here's Chimtai Goen with that report.
As Kenyans thronged Uhuru Gardens to mark the 60th Jamhuri Day celebrations, President William Ruto delivered a speech that painted the journey the country had taken and the strides made in the democratic, economic and political space.
We have had to cut back significantly on expenditure and to defer the implementation of critical development programs to stabilize our economy. The policy measures required to mobilize necessary revenues have been difficult, but they were our only way and means of escape.
While admitting that the country's economy was in a crisis due to a huge debt burden, the president told Kenyans that the country was on the right trajectory.
I can now confirm, without fear of any contradiction, that Kenya is safely out of the danger of debt distress and that our economy is on a stable footing.
Appearing to respond to critics of his administration's tax measures, the president asked Kenyans to tighten their belts as it was short-term pain for long-term gain.
The economic indicators point to good news. Inflation is now 6.8%, down from a high of 9.2% a year ago. In the last 6 months, our GDP has grown at a rate of 5.4%, making Kenya the 29th fastest growing economy in the world, according to the World Bank.
With Kenya's public debt set to hit the 10.9 trillion mark, with 1.1 trillion shillings used to service maturing debt, the president expressed confidence that the country will fill the debt hole.
Our savings as a percentage of GDP is dismal. The gap between the rich and the poor has not reduced. Many, especially young people, don't have jobs, and our revenues as a percentage of GDP remain low.
To accelerate Kenya's economic recovery, the Kenya Kwanza administration will be tapping into education, agriculture, affordable housing, health, sports, the creative industry, and access to affordable credit to facilitate a productive nation.
Our focus has been firmly about the ways and means to transform our economy, making the right decisions, necessary sacrifices, and smart choices to set Kenya on a path of economic renaissance.
The fifth administration is expanding financial inclusion to drive entrepreneurship, besides undertaking fundamental reforms in the public sector, among other interventions. We are leaving no one behind in Kenya. The Kenya we want is the one the president is leaving no one behind. And that is the Kenya we all deserve.
National unity means inclusion. This new generation must make certain that no one, whatever their race, whatever their religion, whatever their region, whatever their political affiliation, will be denied a say when we make decisions for our country. Every Kenyan deserves to be heard.
Comparing Kenya with countries at a similar stage chronologically, that is 60 years, such as Singapore, the president said it was crucial to tap into their best practices to take Kenya to the next level. 60 years down the line and 5 presidents later, Kenya's independence journey is today under the sharp audit of the country's living generations. The older generation looking back with nostalgia on days when they hoped things would be better. For the younger generation, they are filled with anxieties over the current shaky state of the economy. And for the fifth president, William Ruto, the task at hand is to shake off those anxieties and steer the ship of East Africa's largest economy to ensure that the economy is stabilized. Chimtai Goen, Citizen TV, at the Uhuru Gardens, Nairobi County.